pint of Jack, explained that he did not recall a thing up until the Coast Guard station where he puked. The girl, whose name Timmy still did not know, just looked down at the sand, rearranged it a little with her foot, and walked off. As much as he would have liked to tell his mother and the girl on the beach that, yes, he remembered, wasn't it something, he couldn't. He didn't know how. Chowder could have done it easily. Timmy was not clever enough. He had been only 3 months old when his ears bled, 3 months old when they moved. They moved because after Timmy's father got his hand caught on the lawnmower, he fell in love with the woman doctor who helped rehabilitate the 4 reattached fingers. He bought a ranch a half-mile from the hospital, even though Timmy's mother said he never rode a horse in his life. Being a devout Catholic, she would not agree to a divorce, and moved instead to Rockaway, where her sister was a nun at St. Francis on the Beach, 129th Street. Timmy spent 8 years at St. Francis parochial school, and then close to every night of the next 4 years drinking tins of bud on the steps out front. Sister Agnes, his aunt, was referred to as Hagnes by everyone, including Timmy, who did not want to be uncool, and who saw her beat not a few of his friends. All through grammar school, he marveled at the fact that she did not once touch him. She left him to the other nuns, or complained to his mother, or waited for the rare occasions when she would babysit. His tiny mother is now shaking and twisting her wedding ring, circles that leave red dents in her skin. She walks to the window that looks out on the ocean and a slight rain, but she seems to notice neither. Timmy gets the impression that she can look right through all the wet and see Ohio, which in his imagination is always yellow and dry. And maybe he's right, because in a moment she jerks her whole body around and looks at the floor, then the table, then the stove, like she can't bear looking out there or at anything for very long. He wonders if she wishes he were young enough to hit. Nuns always have a fresh supply of kids to whack around, but parents have to get it all out before their own kids get too big. Except, of course, someone like Chowder's mom, who has 7 or 8 kids. That can last quite a while. He wonders if nuns have to confess when they beat a kid up, or if somewhere Jesus said it was all right since they are nuns. And he wonders if nuns can do regular things like surf and go to the movies, and if so, why they never seem to. He should know. His own aunt is one. And his mother? Something. Maybe a saint. Really, she only hit him once. In the car that time after he ran away from her in Macy's while she was trying on one of those little flowered dresses she wears. And that time hardly counted because it didn't hurt. Even then, she had seemed miniature. Timmy, even as a child, felt considerably larger. He turns off the TV and approaches the spot where she's standing now, quietly. Is she just taking a rest, or is she really through bitching at him? Possibly she's praying, which she does a lot, under her breath, barely audible. Want me to throw the meatloaf out? She doesn't answer, straightens a stack of magazines, pushes appliances back into corners, examines the junk mail she would ordinarily throw out. Timmy doesn't know what else to do. He begins to search all the cabinets, then inside the refrigerator, where he finds 3 leftover fish sticks, Wonder Bread, dietetic iced tea, and a carton of eggs. He thinks of Chowder's house, where the refrigerator is always packed. He's hungry from having smoked pot all afternoon in the shack and on the tower. It was a boring day, sitting in the rain with nothing to look at but the blurry ocean and no one, no partner to talk to. Once in a while the black dot of a surfer. Once in a while a stray dog. And then the girl. He should have lied. Then maybe she would have stayed. Some of the other guys spent the day in the shack, partying. They left dummy guards, orange raincoats stuffed with shirts, basketball heads, on their chairs. Timmy couldn't risk getting caught doing anything. He sat lookout, waiting all day to stand up and tap his hat, the universal lifeguard signal for inspectors coming, meaning time to come back or put out that joint quick. He gets an urge to leave the refrigerator door open because it bugs him that there's nothing to eat and because it's the most defiant thing he can think to do. Almost funny how sinful a little thing like that can seem. What are we gonna eat? He finally asks his mother. She is standing very near him. Her eyes, still not meeting his, are wide and black and seem to keep going way, way back someplace watery dark and real. They remind him of Chowder's eyes that time the 2 of them took mescaline and sat on the boardwalk scaring themselves into thinking that the gang of Puerto Rican 12-year-olds on the next bench was going to kill them. He can tell from her eyes that she is about to